Lesson 1. Evolution of Computers. The evolution of computers is a fascinating journey that spans over several decades. The development of computers can be divided into several key generations, each marked by significant technological advancements. Children will be able to understand and learn about early calculating devices. Learn about the first electromechanical computer and electronic computer. Understand about different generations of computers. Neha. Hi Tia, do you know about computers and how they have changed over the time? Tia. Not really, Neha. I use my computer for games and homework, but I don't know how it all started. Neha. Well, let me tell you in a simple way. Computers have evolved a lot, just like how we grow over time. Tia. Really? How? Neha. Imagine our grandparents' time. They had big, heavy computers that filled entire rooms. Tia. Wow, that sounds so different from my laptop. Neha. Yes, and these computers were not meant for regular people. They were only for big companies and scientists. Tia. But how did we get from those big computers to our small ones? Neha. That's where the generations of computers come in. And they kept getting even smaller and more powerful over time. Tia. Thanks, Neha. I want to learn more about them. Neha. Sure, Tia. Let's get started. Computers are used in almost all the places nowadays. Over the years, computers have gone through many changes in their size, speed, appearance, and technologies. A computer is a device that can do calculations very fast and in an accurate manner. Let us learn about the evolution of computers. Evolution of computers. The term computer came from the word compute, which means to count or to calculate. The early men used their fingers, stones, and bones to count. The limitations of the human body's 10 fingers and 10 toes apparently caused the early man to develop a tool to help with calculations. Early counting devices. Abacus, first calculating device. Almost 5,000 years ago, the counting frame was developed. This was commonly known as the abacus. This device had rods and beads in it and was the first calculating device made. It was used to count numbers. It is still used in some parts of Asia and Africa. Pascaline adding machine. In 1642, Blaise Pascal invented the machine named arithmetic. This machine was commonly known as Pascal's adding machine, Pascaline or numerical wheel calculator. This machine had 8 movable dials. This machine was used to do only addition and subtraction. Therefore, it was not very popular. Leibniz's step reckoner. In 1672, Gottfried Wilhelm von Leibniz invented the stepped reckoner. This was commonly referred to as the Leibniz calculating machine. It could perform all 4 arithmetic operations. Charles Babbage analytical engine. In 1822, Charles Babbage proposed a device called the difference engine. In 1837, Charles Babbage further worked upon the difference engine and developed the analytical engine. Fact Corner. Charles Babbage is known as the father of computers. This is because of the analytical engine. Lady Ada Lovelace's program. Ada Lovelace has been called the world's first computer programmer. She wrote the world's first machine algorithm for an early computing machine that existed only on paper. Hermann Hollerith's tabulating machine. In 1887, a statistician called Hermann Hollerith developed the tabulating machine. This machine used the punch cards. Today, punched cards are also used in some voting machines. Generations of computers. After the analytical engine was developed, work started happening on the modern-day computer, and slowly through generations the modern-day computer was developed. It took 5 generations for the computer to reach the status of the modern-day computer that we see today. First generation 1940 to 1956. The first generation of computers came into being in the period of 1940 to 1956. These computers used vacuum tubes for circulatory and magnetic drums for memory. They were so huge that they would take up an entire room. These computers relied on machine language. UNIVAC and ENIAC computers are the examples of first-generation computing devices. They were very expensive to operate and generated a lot of heat. Second generation, 1956 to 1963. In this generation, vacuum tubes were replaced by transistors and became more reliable than the first generation of computers. The second generation of computers also relied on punched cards for input and paper tapes for output. They moved from cryptic binary machine language to symbolic or assembly languages, which allowed programmers to specify instructions in words. High-level programming languages were also being developed at this time, such as early versions of COBOL and Fortran. Fact Corner: the first computers of the second generation were developed for the atomic energy industry. Third generation, 1964 to 1971. This generation of computer used integrated circuits, ICs. With the use of ICs, these computers became reliable, generate less heat. These computers were small in size, fast, and very less maintenance was required. Fourth generation, 1971 to 1980. The fourth generation computers are based on very large-scale integrated circuits called microprocessors. These computers can share storage space, data, and other resources with each other. These computers are cheapest among all other generations. IBM PC and Apple Macintosh are examples of fourth generation computers.